Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 5th of October, non-farm payrolls day as it may be called today. So what have we got ahead of us? So looking at the euro dollar. Now the euro seems to be holding on to the support coming from the monthly S1 at the moment. Now whether that will hold, we'll see. It held a lot more than expected yesterday. Did expected a bit of a test of it. It came back up eventually yesterday, moving it almost back towards its 4-hourly 21. Some people may argue divergences are in place there, and there probably is a bit of divergence, but not on the MACD. Maybe RSI, but very soft in terms of the amount of movement we've seen between the two highs, two lows even. So well, we'll see where we go, but for now I'm erring marginally that we may get a bit more bounce. Now I don't think that week, unless non-farms come out particularly bad, I don't think that weekly pivot is going to be hit, but of course it remains a bit of a draw. Aside of that, what else may we see if we push to the upside? I mean, at the moment though, it's still lower highs, lower lows, and this is what's keeping my brain in gear maybe for the lower side. And it's an easier trade on the lower side. There's a trend line between the low here and the low here. If it starts breaking that, well, you got for the S1 and yesterday's low. So that's the simple part from there. To the upside, if it starts consolidating post 8 o'clock, I'll be looking at this, and if it starts shoving up, maybe we'll push towards yesterday's highs and even that R1. The yesterday's highs ties in pretty well with the 100 MA. The R1, of course, just pushing beyond that a little bit. It may open things up a bit. As I said, if non-farms came out bad, well, we could see a decent shove up there, of course vice versa, but I think it may be a quiet, well generally is a quiet morning. After the very early stages it often goes quite quiet, so be prepared. Have a good book, go and play some golf or something, do something. Okay, don't sit screen watching all day. The pound, well, it looks like it almost put a bullish engulfing candle, certainly a solid uptick candle there. Looking at the shorter time frames here, again there was a bit of divergence across the lows, and probably a bit more obvious there, and it didn't really show on the MACD either. just looking anyway. But a bit more solid, run into the 4-hourly 50 as we are at the moment. Now it's really a case if it can break this. If it can break the 4-hour 50, well, the 100 is pretty flat and probably won't have a lot of hold onto it, so it leaves us maybe pushing up higher. Now we have, I'm just turning to this 60-minute chart. It's a little bit overbought at the moment, which may suggest we'll see a bit of a correction this morning, we'll see. But the S1 just S1 R1 just above us, resistance just above us there. We're right into the 60-minute 200 at the moment. If it can break these levels, well, there's the outside chance we'll push up to an R2, but anything can happen if a bit of decent news comes out, and I guess that's what we're really facing, is movements for news. Okay, that's the pound. Dollar yen. Well, dollar yen sold off yesterday, and well, it was certainly a risk situation yesterday, I think, in these markets, and possibly why we saw what we saw in the morning. But afternoon, the yen held on to its gains really, pretty much. It has got the weekly pivot below, and it's spent all this week so flirting with it. Will it break over, fall through and charge down towards it? We'll see. It's in sort of bare flag in terms of what we're looking at, this 4-hour picture. It's yeah, if it can roll over, there's the weekly is not a million miles away, and certainly achievable, but probably the safest place if it does start rolling over is aiming towards the 60-minute 200 stroke, the S1 that's just below their daily S1. So to the upside, well, again, if it can break where we are, maybe back towards the R1 previous highs. I mean, again, as I said, the news comes out later on and it's quite a distance away. See much bigger moves in these markets, but they've been a bit rarer, these bigger movements of late. Aussie dollar. Now the Aussie dollars continue to roll over here. I really I've been bearish on this for a while, and it's just continuing, and it's even running through its weekly. It's trying to get through its weekly S3 here. It is weak. There's not much more I can say about that. It's not having a lot of intraday movement. Yeah, pivots are pinched today. Just looking for it to continue to the downside at the moment. It's a weak one. There we go. Nothing more to say on that. I've pressed the button already. I closed my case. Now, Canadian dollar has closed the gap. Managed to close the gap there against the US dollar, pushing through stronger, and it's now running towards its weekly R1. It's still a possibility up there, so that may be where it's off to today, just completing that sort of upward direction. Not much else there. Just looking across, it's not really maybe been over a little bit overbought. Maybe a retracement to the daily pivot's a possibility there. It came short of it yesterday and just pushed up, but maybe will do today. So that's pretty much it. As I said, non-farm payrolls is the key figures out today. Let's just check to make sure I'm not missing anything else on the news front there. So there's trouble going from memory. So retail sales came in online for the Australian dollar there. Yeah, 130 Canadian and US dollars. That's it. Non-farms on for both countries. So sorry if I missed those Canadian ones out earlier. Right, have a great one. I'll speak to you on Monday. Bye for now.